I forget who said it, but I think one of the great Greek philosophers said our greatest teacher in life is experience. And I think we probably can all agree with that. When we're using our experiences or an experience, it can really drive change. But one of the things that we have to do is also think strategically as coaches of how do I create that experience? How do I facilitate that experience? So when we think about an activity, so let's say you work at a newspaper. And let's say you have to get in a group and everybody read an article from maybe a competing newspaper. And one of the things that you might do as an activity is have everybody share what they liked about the article, what they didn't like about the article. Now, as simple as that is, instead of telling someone you need to read your competitors' articles to see where we stand, that's different. You're facilitating an experience not only of reading the article, but certainly sharing it in a group concept. Observation. Having someone observe other people. I'm telling you, it is one of the greatest things that you can do to facilitate an experience. If you have someone who is shy, have them observe somebody who's really outgoing and energetic. If you have someone who is not a great communicator, have them go to a Starbucks and observe the people and how they communicate behind the counter. I happen to think, and I'm not a coffee drinker, Starbucks does a really good job of that. Have your employee interview another employee. Have them interview a subject matter expert. Have them interview somebody maybe out in the community. Here's one I want to share with you, your experience. Years ago, I have to share this with you, I did a keynote in front of a Fortune 50, Fortune 100 company. I'm on a two-tiered stage. I had never really done this before. And I showed up early. I had hired a coach to help me prepare for doing a keynote because I really couldn't see the front row. And so afterwards, I went up to my friend who was the head of training. I said, Barry, how did I do? I'd love your feedback. And I think when we use our experiences to expose ourselves, we learn a lot. And one of the things that Barry said to me, I'll never forget it. He said, Tim, I got to tell you, your pace and your cadence of speech was never better. Now, before I sound like I'm gloating, what I didn't tell you is that there's two large screens in front of me. I can see the PowerPoint. I don't have to look behind me and see these huge PowerPoints running behind me. And there were these two darn clocks. I was given 60 minutes. And oh, they were screaming, big boy, slow down. And I would slow down because as many people who know me, I can talk very fast. And that was the greatest coach, as you can even hear my speech now thinking about it. And he said, Tim, your speech was great. You were never more calm. Now keep in mind, I'm in front of thousands of people. And to this day, when I speak, I use a clock. It's really helped me. And I said, Barry, that damn clock was driving me nuts. And he starts laughing at me. And I go, I can't believe how fast I talk. And so we started to talk about it. And we critique each other and we help each other. Use your experience to facilitate a conversation. Now, what do we do when we have an experience? First of all, post-activity questions. What did you learn? Here's a great question. What did you learn about yourself you are committed to improving? Boy, that's a loaded question. Last, what successful actions will you take to improve as a result of this activity? See, when we facilitate experience and tie it with questions, it will accelerate development. I hope this has helped.